Well, this is Crystal, Minnesota, where you can definitely see there's some mound activity like off in the distance here close to this tree. That's a small one. And I know a lot of times a hill is just a hill, but that's a mound. That is a mound. Look at the way it's constructed. How you see it kind of curling up this way and curling back down. It's a mound. There was definitely mound activity here in this Bassett's Creek Park. Ancient, yeah. You don't really hear a lot about it. You don't really hear about it at all from anyone around this area except maybe me. And I'm, compared to some people, I'm an amateur, but I don't know. Look at that. The construction. It's actually a very large mound. It might look semi-flat in the image, but it's actually several feet high. And of course, oftentimes they use these mounds in disc golf. Yeah, see, you can see that mound, how it kind of wraps up over there. It's actually remarkably similar to how some of the mounds are in Ohio Valley around in this little area. It's interesting. The one up in the distance, if you go further in there, but now I blocked it with the trees, unfortunately. But that one isn't as obvious as what I think these are. But I strongly believe there was mound activity. There is mound activity here dating back thousands of years in the past, and I'm sure the Native Americans also used them, as they've stated in numerous occasions. Of course, Bassett's Creek, this is like the larger part, but I also believe with the way you can see how things are, more than likely this was a much larger lake many years ago. Every time you walk through this area, it's always soaking wet anyway. So it's a combination of, it was probably a larger lake, and then of course oftentimes you see mounds close to rivers and lakes, and there's obviously a stream. Bassett's Creek is actually a stream which was much larger in the past, I'm sure. But right there you can see the mound activity here in Crystal, Minnesota. I'm of course a Golden Valley native and resident, but this is very close. It's a neighboring suburb here in the Minneapolis suburbs. Mysterious Adventures, Mounds. Gonna make an episode about this stuff in the not too distant future. At least I hope so. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back soon.